one last attempt.
That's what it feels like when giving up seems easier than trying again. The heart is heavy, weighed down by disappointment, exhaustion, and the constant echo of failure. Every attempt before this has left scars, and every wound whispers, "Why bother?" Yet, somewhere deep inside, a fragile voice insists, "One more time." It is the smallest of voices, barely audible over the roar of despair, yet it refuses to surrender. For those standing at the edge of giving up, it is not courage that pushes them forward, but desperation wrapped in hope, a stubborn refusal to let life end here. It is the quiet insistence that says, even when everything screams, "Stop," there is one more step, one more breath, one more chance. That whisper carries weight beyond measure because it is born from the raw, unpolished determination that has survived every failure, every mistake, every moment of being broken. And even if the world does not see it, even if no one cheers, that tiny insistence is enough to ignite motion once more. The world seems indifferent. Around you, others move as if nothing matters, as if their burdens are lighter, as if their failures never lingered. And in the shadow of such indifference, your own doubts scream louder than ever. You're not enough. You've tried too many times. You'll fail again. Every step forward feels like climbing a mountain that shifts beneath your feet. Every breath feels borrowed, as if life itself is testing whether you deserve to continue. But the one last attempt is not about proving them wrong. It is about proving to yourself that you still have the strength to rise. It is about looking into the abyss of your own limitations and whispering, "Not today." It is about embracing the fear, standing tall amid uncertainty, and stepping forward when every fiber of your being wants to retreat. Because the world may remain indifferent, but your resolve is alive, defiant, and unstoppable. It is the flame no storm can extinguish. Pain is an old companion. It follows, it waits, it challenges every decision, reminding you of what could go wrong. And yet, every time you move forward, even tentatively, the pain does not disappear, it changes shape. It becomes a teacher, a guide, a proof that survival is not passive. With every step, the courage you thought lost begins to grow again, invisible but undeniable. It is not flamboyant. It does not demand recognition. But it builds quietly, insistently beneath the surface, preparing you for the moment when your resolve finally breaks through. Pain carves resilience into the bones of your spirit. Pain molds strength from weakness. Pain is no longer an enemy, it is the furnace in which the soul is refined. The heart that once trembled at every failure now beats with steady insistence. Every scar becomes a badge of honor, every bruise a reminder that you survived, and every setback a lesson in endurance. This final attempt is more than effort, it is transformation. It is the alchemy of despair into purpose, the turning of exhaustion into focus, the bending of hopelessness into determination. Each movement, each breath, each decision becomes a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure. You may fall again, stumble, even break, but in every fracture there is a hidden strength waiting to be revealed. For giving up may be easier, but rising even one more time is sacred. With every rise, the fire inside you grows brighter. Every scar becomes a story, every trial a stepping stone. And as the world watches, oblivious, you discover a secret the indifferent will never understand. Victory is not in the applause, it is in the refusal to quit, the persistence to keep breathing, to keep moving, to keep daring. And when that last attempt succeeds, not necessarily in victory, but in defiance, you discover a profound truth. Success is not measured by outcomes, but by the refusal to surrender. Every failed attempt before this was not wasted. It was the fuel that ignited your final push. And even if tomorrow brings more challenges, more doubts, more reasons to stop, you now know that the power to continue lives within you. That one last attempt is never the end. It is the beginning of everything you were too afraid to reach before. It is the bridge between despair and triumph, between brokenness and strength, between yesterday and a reborn tomorrow. Every step you take after the last attempt becomes a declaration.
Every breath is a manifesto.
Every glance forward is proof that the human spirit cannot be contained, cannot be measured, and cannot be defeated when it refuses to give in. And though the shadows may still linger, though fear may still whisper, though exhaustion may bend your knees, you rise. And in rising, you find not just survival, but sovereignty over yourself, over your doubts, over the world that seemed so cold. That one last attempt does not merely restart the heart, it awakens the soul, calling forth all its dormant power and unseen courage, igniting a flame that burns brighter than any failure ever could. Even when that last attempt seems small, almost insignificant, it carries the weight of everything you've endured. Every sleepless night, every disappointment, every moment of self-doubt converges in that single action, giving it the power to shift your life's trajectory. You realize that strength is not about grand gestures. It is born in the quiet insistence to keep going, to take one more step when the world seems determined to hold you down. The ground beneath may tremble, the winds of doubt may howl, but with each movement forward, you reclaim a piece of yourself that was lost, forgotten, or silenced. That one last attempt becomes a declaration. I am not done.
I will not be defined by failure.
I will rise. Sometimes the path is lonely. Others may cheer, others may judge, but the journey of a final attempt is yours alone. It demands solitude, reflection, and a confrontation with your deepest fears. In that solitude, you find clarity, the clarity that the only person who can truly lift you is yourself. You learn to trust your instincts, your heartbeat, your resilience. You discover that the fear that once paralyzed you is now a compass, pointing you toward the growth you never thought possible. And even when doubt creeps back in, whispering that the effort is futile, you remember. You have walked through darkness before, and you have emerged with fire in your chest. This attempt is also a battle with time. Every second counts, every hesitation is a choice, and every breath is an opportunity. You cannot wait for perfection. You cannot wait for guarantees. Life does not pause for the weary, and so you step forward, guided not by certainty but by trust in yourself. You realize that perseverance is not a guarantee of outcome. It is a declaration of intent, and intent, fueled by unwavering resolve, has a force that can move mountains, topple obstacles, and bend reality toward your will. The last attempt becomes not just an act, it becomes a revolution of the spirit. Even after failure, even after falling short, even when everything seems lost, the act of trying again transforms you. It teaches that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Every misstep becomes a lesson, every bruise a reminder of survival, every setback a foundation for resilience. And when you finally see the results, small or grand, fleeting or lasting, they are sweeter not because of what they are, but because of the journey that brought you there. The victory lies in persistence, in refusing to let despair write the final chapter of your story. And in that moment, when you look back at the path you have walked, you see that every attempt mattered. Every hardship, every tear, every moment of doubt, every whisper of "I can't," all of it converged to forge the strength that now courses through your veins. You are no longer the person who once doubted, feared, or hesitated. You are a warrior of your own story, a testament to the unbreakable human spirit. That one last attempt is never just an attempt. It is a phoenix rising, a soul reborn, a declaration to the universe that no matter the odds, no matter the pain, no matter the shadows, you will continue, you will endure, and you will triumph with each rising. You begin to see that failure was never your enemy, it was your teacher. Every mistake, every collapse, every moment when you thought you had reached the end was preparing you for this moment. The pain you endured was forging endurance. The doubts you faced were sharpening your focus. The nights you felt alone were strengthening your heart. And now, standing on the edge of possibility, you understand that every scar tells a story, every bruise carries a lesson, and every struggle was a stepping stone to the power you hold today. You realize that the last attempt was never just about survival, it was about transformation. The world may not notice. The indifferent may pass by without applause, but that does not matter. Because the fire that now burns inside you does not exist for them, it exists for you. It is proof that your spirit refuses to be contained, that your determination cannot be erased, and that your soul, no matter how many times it was battered, will always rise.
Every breath you take, every step you claim, every small victory you achieve is a testament to the strength that no failure can steal.
And in that realization you find freedom, the freedom to act without waiting for validation, the freedom to rise without needing permission, the freedom to become exactly who you were meant to be. And as you move forward, each day becomes a declaration of defiance against the odds. You walk through life not fearing the fall, but understanding that the fall is only part of the journey. You embrace the uncertainty, the challenge, the storms, knowing they are the crucibles that forge greatness.